That was really fun.
What a fun. This is kind of a different episode than we've ever had. We've never had a medium.
Yeah.
And what an amazing person.
Yes.
I had so much fun. I could have talked to him for 3 more hours.
I know. For sure. That was fun.
I could feel that. I was like, I've got one more question. And I could just, well, his stomach was growling.
Yeah.
He's like,
We
wrap
need
it
to let
up.
him go eat.
He's like, read my book, lady. But Travis Holp, medium, he's at Zany's tonight. By the time this comes out, that show will be done. But he's on tour right now. So please check him out on tour. Check out his book, Are You There, Spirit? It's me, Travis. I am just so grateful for him. And you're going to love the episode. One of my favorite moments, I have a lot, was when I'm listening to him talk and I go, I love you. And he goes, I love you too. And then anyway, like someone who can just be so open to saying I love you when you just meet someone in a nice grounded way is really lovely to experience.
Yeah, it's special.
Yeah. Anything to add?
No, I just listened to the episode. Like I said, we could have gone way longer than we did. And it was just a different type of conversation that we aren't used to having here. So I love it.
Right. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Travis. And thank you guys for being listeners. We love you so much.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. I'm thinking something like...
When I started this tour at the beginning of the year, I did like clients during the day and then went and did a show. Fuck that. No.
I bet. Oh my God. How was that getting on stage after that?
So tiring. So tiring. But like, I'm grateful though. Like, I'm grateful people want to like see me and book things. I mean, you know, being a medium is such like a weird, not weird in a great way, but like, you know, I'm just glad to be booked and busy and I get to do this full time.
Yes.
A lot of people don't get to do that.
Yeah.
So true. And good for you for seeing all those treats and choosing your sanity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
being
honey.
like, I don't need to see everybody. I've got a show later.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll see them there. I'll see you at the show. Yeah. Buy a ticket.
Lululemon said.
Lululemon in my junk mail
said buy a ticket.
Said buy a ticket, actually.
Well, we have so many questions.
Yeah.
I hope you're ready to answer questions.
I'm ready.
What's the difference, do you feel? How long have you been touring? And what's the difference, do you feel, between sitting one-on-one and performing? Like in a...
Yeah. That's a good question. So when I'm one-on-one, it's a little bit more, I can focus my energy and it's a little bit more concentrated on the person that I'm reading for. And I can take more time with it.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like we can let some of the information unfold. We can dive into, yes, the connection to the departed loved ones, but also like what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
What do you want to shift or change? And that would be more of like the psychic reading aspect of things.
So you can
because
learn 'em.
psychic is like tuning into the energy of the living.
Right.
Mediumship is connecting into the energy of the departed.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
And so in a live show, that's solely mediumship.
Yeah.
And so I'm connecting in with the souls of the departed, but you've got a room full of people, and then those people bring their departed loved ones. So in a live event, it's more so I'm holding the energy of the room, as you know, because you do this, right? But then I'm also like honing in on a specific message and specific evidence and information for the person that I'm reading for.
Right.
And so there's kind of like this big kind of balancing act that's happening, but it's so fun. Like there's nothing to me better than like the rush of being on a stage and channeling all of that energy.
Right.
People ask me like, are you exhausted after a live show? And I'm not. Like, I'm so creative. I feel so tapped in. It's like the next day I wake up and I'm like, oh, dear God, someone just like hit me with a train. You know what I mean?
Yes,
But
yes.
I love the live events. They're so much fun. And, you know, and there's this element of group healing that happens as well. Because, you know, in a room full of people, I can't read for everybody.
Right.
But what you find is there's what happens is called piggybacking or postcards. So I might be reading for somebody on the opposite end of the room, but somebody over on this side starts to resonate with a lot of the information or sees themselves in the reading or their loved one. And so that's really cool.
Yeah.
In a one-on-one session, it's just me and the person or me or their family. Whereas in a live event, there's this community aspect to it.
Yeah.
Do you do meet and greets after?
I do.
How are those?
I love it.
Yeah?
Honestly, I'm like,
Because I know meet and greets can be a whole nother performance sometimes. Not performance
Yeah.
like you're being something different, but it's a lot of energy.
yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love meeting people. I love hugging them. That's like my favorite part.
Yay!
I'm surprised I haven't gotten sick more this year. I've only had the flu one time this year, which is I feel like is great.
you.
I know, and I'm on like a plane every other week, and I'm
Are
like,
you masking up?
no.
Okay.
Maybe that's
I've
why.
started masking up.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't. I mean, I will.
Okay.
I absolutely
you don't
will.
have to.
I mean, I will. Listen, I will.
Okay.
I don't want to be that person that's like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I will, but like,
No shade, no.
but maybe that's why. I mean, listen, honey, when I was a kid, I grew up in Ohio. I was licking things and like touching things.
As
and
Ohioans
I think
do.
my immune system, we're good.
It's thick.
Yeah, it is thick. But I do love the meet and greets after. And it's nice because sometimes someone's loved ones will come through. I never guarantee it.
Right.
Yeah.
But sometimes someone's loved one will come through and I'll be able to give them a quick little message or a quick little something.
Yeah. That's what I was imagining. It turns into more readings in the meet and greets too, because you're just
Yeah,
managing a lot of energy.
it is a lot. But you know what? But it's so fun.
Yeah.
When it's the energy of spirit or departed loved ones, it's like, it's not my energy. I'm hooked into something else.
Yeah.
Psychic readings, though,
Okay.
is kind of what drains me because I'm
Really?
hooked into the energy of the living. And so I'm hooked into their stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I feel like you can relate to that.
Yeah.
Therapist. So
Yeah. You get it, right? So it's like those readings will actually tire me.
Yeah. I get that.
So, but like when I'm connecting to spirit, it's totally different.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love what you were saying in your book too about like when spirits will give the feeling of like regret or I'm sorry, but you don't carry that with you.
Yeah.
That was so cool. I loved that.
Yeah.
I loved learning that.
There's this thing that we have where we think that, that souls don't cross over or that they get stuck or there's this like liminal space that they hang out in until they've learned their lesson. And I don't know that to be true. And I've never had a spirit be like, I'm stuck or it's hot down here. Like I've never had that happen.
You're just like, oh,
Yeah. Oh, great news. They're in a penthouse. Bad news. It's by the lake of fire. Good news. Grandma, sorry. Bad
For
news. She
eternity.
needs SPF 1000 where she is. No, I've never had that. There's acknowledgement from spirit. Like I had a woman last night who I was reading for and her dad came through. And the first thing that her dad said was, hey, I'm so sorry I never told you that I was proud enough of you. And I'm sorry that I never told you that I loved you.
Wow.
And that was the thing that she carried. And I would have no way of knowing that. And that was the thing that she carried.
Yeah.
And that was the thing that she wished she could hear her father say. And so when the souls come through and they share those things, it's not from a place of regret. It's not from a place of, I should have done better. It's more so from a place of, I saw my life. I went through my life review, which we will all go through.
Ugh.
I see.
Is there a fast forward button?
Meanwhile, I'm like, can I get like the slow-mo button on some of these moments?
Well,
But
that was good.
this was a good moment. Let's hang out here. No, but we'll go through that life review. And then these souls, they acknowledge that. If I had looked at her and I said, oh my God, your dad is coming through and he's so proud of you and he loves you, she'd be like, that's not my dad.
Yeah.
But then when I'm able to acknowledge what the human part of them, how they would have shown up in their life, then I can deliver those messages of, but he's proud of you now.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
And he loves you now. Yeah, it's really cool. And it's funny because in the moment, I'm not really like registering what's happening.
Right.
It's like afterward.
Yeah.
And then they come up to me. And that's why I love the meet and greets because then people come up to me and they'll be like, you said this or this thing came up. And that's really sweet to hear.
Yeah.
Because, my work as a medium, it's not to prove that what I do is real.
Right.
My work is simply to provide validation and evidence that our consciousness continues on.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel in the beginning that you did, well, yeah, I read your book, but like especially performing live,
Yeah.
being like, oh, I need to prove that
Yeah.
This is prove myself.
Of course. And there's still that part of me that comes up. Like, listen, I don't have all this figured out. Like, I'm still a human. You're a therapist. You get it, right? Like, it's like, I think there is that part of me that wants people to like me or wants to approve. And that's my human stuff.
Yeah.
And that's okay because I'm doing work that I'm really passionate about.
Yeah.
I just have to not let that part be in the driver's seat.
Yes.
You know, I let that part be a part of the journey. But also, like, she can sit in the back seat. Like, maybe she's not, like, up here driving this bitch, right? Because then we're going off the road. Like, that's not great for anybody involved.
Yeah.
And then I can't serve
Yeah.
if I'm coming from that space.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I keep asking things, but okay.
I love your curiosity.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love your book so much. Please
Thank you.
read Travis's book. It's so good. I connected. I learned a lot. I haven't made it all the way through, but I'm learning so much, and I'm connecting with a lot of things that you're saying in what I do in like my life.
Yeah.
And something that I really loved is talking about like letting flow happen and not being in like this is how I have to do it. Because right now with my stand up, and then within the past year, I've realized that my gift is like letting people talk to me, and then it leads me into my jokes, and like that's where my magic is. And there's some resistance in that sometimes, especially like I'm about to film a special, so I'm like, all these jokes that I've built are gonna be gone, and then what? Or I want to give these people a different experience, like just resistance thoughts. But hearing you talk about in your work how you were like, you can't control that, you just let it flow. I was like, oh, that just hit so hard, and I'm so grateful that you wrote that.
Oh, yeah. I don't own this. I just manage it. You know what I mean? I don't own that connection to spirit.
Yeah.
I just get to manage it and I get to channel it. But it's the same as creativity. You know, like we don't own our creative ideas. They're flowing and we get to receive them and share them. Do you want to hear the pettiest thing I have ever heard?
Of course.
So I love this, but it's about creativity, how great it is. So like Michael Jackson used to wake up at 3:00 in the morning with like an idea, and then he would call his producer and be like, I've got this idea for a song. We need to record it right now. Otherwise, God is going to give it to Prince.
And God's like, yeah.
I love that. And I was like, but petty, but also like just so true with how like creativity works. And, you know, mediums and psychics and creatives, we're all using that right side of our brain.
Yeah.
That creative aspect or those creative neural pathways. And so it's kind of like the same thing. You're just channeling energy that's coming through, and when that wave comes through, you can ride it and it flows and it's amazing and funny, and you know what I mean? It's the same thing.
Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, the being in flow, that's one thing. That's when you're like, the job's not to try to control it, but just to be open to it.
Yeah.
And that's where the magic happens, I guess.
And letting it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I'm on stage, I don't know what's about to happen. You know, I don't have like an agenda before I go out there. I don't have like okay, I'm going to talk to this person and this person. I'm not backstage rehearsing with people's departed loved ones doing like a choreographed number. I mean, I've been asking.
If you don't do that, he's going to give it to Tracy Caputo.
Teresa.
You need to be dancing with the spirits right now.
Right. No choreographed numbers, Teresa. That was my idea. No, but it's true though. And like I don't have an agenda when I go out on stage. I don't know what's about to happen. And sometimes there's like these moments that's like it gets kind of awkward because sometimes somebody's not connecting with the information, but it'll be the person like directly behind them. Like last night I was working and I'm sharing with this woman. I'm like, I keep getting the name Michael, and there's a drowning that's connected to Michael. And she's like, no. And I was like, yes. And she goes, no. And I go, yes.
What do you do?
The man directly behind her had just gotten back from the memorial of his son, Michael, who drowned.
Oh, wow.
And so then when I'm able to then connect in with that person, kind of like what you were saying, when I'm with the right person, the information then flows. And we talked about the book of names, and we talked about his ring that had the initials on it. And, you know, so those things come through. But, you know, but I don't know what's about to happen before I go out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Does that feel relieving that you don't have to like rely on the material that your job is just to be present
Yeah.
and to get like, I could see where that could feel a little bit stressed, but then
Yeah.
also just relieving.
The
you know?
Virgo in me, eye is twitching. Like, just, what do you mean we don't have an agenda? Like, what do you know? I mean, I have like my opening. I share my story. I share how I got started.
Yeah.
I tell people how the evening is going to go. Because if you've never been to something like this, although I was in Huntsville last night.
Oh.
And listen though. I was like, how many of you have ever been to something like this? I'm expecting like 2 people to raise their hand. 3/4 of the room raise their hand. And those are California numbers. I was like, okay, Huntsville, Alabama. I was so impressed with them.
Huntsville surprises people.
Yeah.
Because it's Huntsville, Alabama, but there's there's engineers, there's space people out there.
Oh.
So they're thinking, they're up here.
You think we went to space? Oh, I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. That's one of my favorite things I like to do to people. Oh, you think we did that? I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I believe we've gone to space. I just think it's funny to do to people. I'm sorry. It's my sense of humor.
No, now I'm reeling.
Yeah. I think, people ask if I'd ever do comedy. I wouldn't, but like at best I'm like a comedian. I'm just gay and have trauma. So
you're perfect.
There's parts of the show that's like so funny.
Yes.
But not because I've like tried. It just happens. Which
You don't
I
do
feel
like
grateful
bits.
for. No, I don't have
You're
a
just
bit.
yourself and you're funny.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Oh my God, aren't you so glad you're funny?
Listen, my mom is so sweet. We have the best relationship. But, in the book, I talk a lot about my relationship with her and what it was like coming out as a gay man and then again as a medium. Yeah. I got to come out twice.
My God.
and and I love her. We have a great relationship.
Yeah.
But things were really tough. And my mom, she's so sweet. She's reading the book and she goes, I'm so sorry. She's like, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. And I was like, are you kidding me? Yeah. I'm hysterical now. Could you imagine? My sister is so sweet. My sister is like, you would have been so boring if they were so accepting of you.
I say all the time, meeting just an attractive person that doesn't have any. I'm like, God, please, don't let me come back as just hot.
Right. Just no. Mm-mm. I would rather be a 6 and hysterical.
Yes.
Than a 9 with just a flat personality.
Right? Yeah. I want to be a roach that's like da 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 da. I want to be funny.
I love it. Do you believe in reincarnation?
Yes.
Okay, well, maybe that's maybe you were at one time or going to be.
A funny roach.
A funny roach.
I can feel that.
You know? Maybe.
And they never die. You get squashed and then it's like, that's perfect.
You and Cher just living it out till the end of days.
Cher? I'm dead. I have more questions, but I'm gonna lob the ball to you because I can take over this whole thing.
Well, my question, I haven't gotten too far into the book. I think I'm chapter 3 maybe, but hearing kind of how it got started, and I think it's interesting where you went to a therapist, a doctor, and a pastor,
which is a very real story,
right? Well, and what you would expect was that those were meetings where they said opposite of what you actually experienced with them.
Yeah.
Where they're normal, but they sat down and just, I don't know, I got chills and it was just like, oh my God, especially with the doctor.
Yeah.
And everybody, and I don't know if the preacher was trying to, if he was actually doing that, but what he said, lit something and you're like, now I understand. Thank you.
Yes.
And it may not have been what he was trying to give to you, but he did.
Yeah.
But each meeting, I'm just really proud of those practitioners that you met with that told you it was okay to be you.
Yeah.
And didn't feel the pressure from your mom. And then I like how you always framed your mom was just operating out of fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, so that actually happened.
Yeah.
When I tell that story on stage and I'm like, listen, I know this sounds like a setup for a bit. I promise you it's not.
Yeah.
But in one day, when I came out very young. I have always just been, yes. And honey, this closet was made of glass, babe. There was really no choice. What closet am I in? You know what I mean? Come on, sis. Yeah. So when I was, coming out, I came out very young. I came out at 14.
Yeah.
And when I was coming out, my mom, she took me to 3 professionals in one day. It was a doctor, therapist.
In one day?
In one
So I
day.
didn't realize it was all in one day.
In one day, back when you could get a same day appointment.
Yeah.
God, the 2000s were great. And we're in the middle of Ohio, in this small town. And my mom, she was never really raised around gay people. And she just didn't know. And I think she was more afraid of just how the world would treat me versus who I was. Because like I said, we have a great relationship now. She is one of the most loving, wonderful people. She is a Scorpio, so she will fuck you up. But like, just don't. But, her birthday was actually yesterday. And she, but she's a great mom. And she raised 2 kids on her own. My dad had his own stuff going on. That's for book 2. And, he had his own stuff going on. And so, so my mom took me to the doctor and the family therapist, and she told both of them to tell me that being gay was a choice. And they both said no. They were both like, we don't believe in that.
Wow.
And and that is a wow, because at that time, being gay wasn't so normalized like it is now. I kind of feel bad for kids now. I'm like, y'all don't even get to come out. y'all don't
like,
even.
cool.
Yeah, your family's like, great, take out the trash. Like, what do you know what I mean? Like, and so, but she did. She took me to the family Christian youth pastor, the third stop on our tour to gay, and the youth pastor sits me down and he looks at me and he goes, "Your soul is here for all of eternity, and eternity is this never-ending cable."
Yeah. I like that metaphor.
It was a beautiful metaphor. And, I never really had we went to church, but I wouldn't say like I grew up in the church. Yeah. We went like maybe twice a month. You know what I mean? And I didn't have a strong religious belief, or I didn't have this like belief in God or the universe. Or I didn't really know, I should say. But when he said your soul is here for all of eternity, I knew that. At 14, I was like, yep, that makes total sense to me. And he goes, your human life here is a razor thin slice on this never ending cable.
That's pretty wild.
And how you fill that slice affects the rest of eternity. And like, I know what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, be good for this like
You're going to
tiny bit of time, or we're going to get you that penthouse by the lake that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Going to Hell and Dorothy's handbasket.
Yeah.
But that's just not what I heard.
I know.
Like,
I love that.
I heard
Yeah.
at 14, I was like, I only get this little bit of time here in this physical body. Why am I going to waste it being something that I'm not?
Yeah.
And the truth is that, I did spend a good chunk of my life still hiding, because I still had this connection. Because when I tried to tell my parents about it at one point in my life, they were like, oh, you're talking to demons. And I was like, well, I don't want to do that,
Whoa. Just want to talk to a boy.
Yeah. I can't get one here in the physical. We'll just see if we've got one out here somewhere.
That would be kind of
romantic. Oh my God, it'd be like one of those women on Maury. Like, my husband's a ghost. You know what I mean? And I had an affair with 3 other ghosts. You know what? Like, I would tune into that.
Yeah.
Where's Sylvia Brown
Third
for
book.
that? Like, I know she's departed, but where was that episode?
Yeah,
you know what I
would
mean?
tune in. Yeah,
Honey, the land. Like, just. But yeah, so I don't know. I took that advice that day, and I've always carried that with me, just as a reminder, and not like oh my God, I only have so much time.
Yeah.
But really, this experience really is beautiful and precious, and I don't want to carry all of that burden with me while I'm here.
Well, at 14, to hear it the way you heard it, I think is just really cool. Like,
yeah, I mean, listen, I look back at that precious little 14-year-old boy with his full hairline and zest for life, and his spray tan, honey, that was just getting all over everything.
Oh my God.
Oh, honey, I was gay. I had gay. Listen, Brittany was my queen.
Oh, come on.
I had a belly button ring.
look at you.
I did. I don't have it anymore, but like, I had a belly button ring. I had frosted blonde tips.
And your mom had no idea?
Well, listen, honey, denial is a river in Egypt.
Yeah.
She knew. My family knew, because there was no way that they couldn't.
Yeah.
But like she pretended not to know.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of effort.
I know. I'm like, it was a lot of effort. It's like, what? I don't see this. What's happening? You know?
You're listening to Brittany. She's like, do you think you'll marry her one day?
Yeah. Like she's like, it's like those memes where it's like, my son's not gay. He's into women. And the women are like Brittany and Janet and Madonna. And you know what I mean?
I love it.
So I've just always been that way. You know, I would force my parents to watch me do Britney Spears dances during the holidays.
I love it.
Yes.
You know, it was great. I had this granny who I loved, and she passed about when I was 14. And
a lot going on when you're 14.
A lot happened. It was a big year.
Yeah.
And you know, she would dance with me in the living room, and she always knew. Like she always knew, but she knew about my mediumistic ability, I think, before I even really knew what it was.
Yeah.
So we would sit in this room. It's called the pink room.
Yeah.
Everything was pink, like pink carpet, pink couch. Like it smelled like mothballs. Like there's her tchotchkes everywhere, you know. And we would sit, and she would look at me, and she goes, "I know you're special, and I know that you can hear things and see things, and it's okay."
Yeah.
And I remember this, but you know how sometimes when you're like, "Am I just remembering this?
Yeah.
Like, is that something I just kind of fabricated?" Well, her husband, my papa, he passed last year.
Wow.
And so I went to the funeral and in Ohio, and my cousin Max comes up to me and he goes, "I'm so proud of you for being who you are, sharing this with the world." And he goes, "And I remember Granny sitting telling you that she knew you could hear and see things."
Oh.
And that moment was just so special and so touching, you know?
Yes.
And so, you know, I take her with me everywhere I go. I have one of her bells on my desk in my office.
I love it.
You know, it's really sweet.
So did you have a grandmother that could also like had some psychic stuff that she did, and then you had one that was really into it?
Yeah. So Granny is the one that was like really, really into it.
Okay.
She is the one that we would use the Ouija board to like connect with our departed loved ones. And then my Nana and my mom's mom, she loved like going to see psychics and tarot readers. Like they would go on vacation, and my Nana would like go off to go get a reading.
Love.
And so like when I came out to my mom, I was standing in the middle of like the grocery store. My TikTok had just exploded. I was like, "Oh, I've got to tell her. Someone's going to tell her if I don't. And I'd rather it be me."
Right.
And so I go, "You know, Mom, I want to tell you something. I've had this for a while. And I'm like I'm bracing for the worst." And she just goes, "Yeah, your Nan loved tarot readings. I'm not surprised." And I'm like, "Okay, great. When are you coming home for Thanksgiving?" You know, just like
You're like, oh, okay.
oh, well, where was that energy when I was 14?
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm so grateful. Like I'm grateful that was her reaction.
Yeah.
But now I know how these kids feel when they come out to their parents. Very anticlimactic now. Where's your trauma? You're not going to be funny. Where is your trauma? Oh no. I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. I'm so grateful that's the experience people are having now. I'm so grateful.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
From your perspective, what is your trauma?
Well, what it used to be was being abandoned, being left. You know, and I talk about a moment in the book where I was trying to reconnect with my Nana and my mom's mom, because after I came out, they never really came back around.
Yeah.
And then my mom stopped talking to her parents. And so when I was going through this kind of like my life was falling apart moment in my late 20s, I moved back home to Ohio, and I called my Nan to try to just make amends, to have a conversation. And she answered the phone, and she was like, "I would love to see you. Come on over and have lunch." And so I was like, great. And then I get a phone call from my mom maybe 20 minutes later. And my mom, who is very emotionally reactive, was so calm on the phone. And she goes, "I think you need to come home. We need to talk about something." And I thought she was upset that I reached out to her mom without telling her, because they weren't in communication.
Yeah.
They hadn't talked for, I think, like maybe 5 years. And for me, it had been near like 12 years since I had talked to them.
Yeah.
And so I go home. My mom has a note in her hand. My mom goes, "Honey, your Nan left this on the garage door for you." And the note said, "Travis, please forget we exist and don't call us again." And, you know, that was something that I carried with me for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I went through EMDR therapy, which is so good. And if somebody's listening doesn't know what that is, it's I don't know, I got a 1.6 GPA in high school. You can probably tell more.
Eye movement desensitization reprocess.
Perfect. Yeah. And so I was great. So proud of you. You did so good.
Thanks.
You should do this for a profession.
I've thought about it.
Yeah. and so I as I'm going through that therapy and I'm kind of reliving the moment of me coming out, my parents kicking me out of the house. I'm going through all of that. As I'm going through this therapy, I get this kind of like zoomed out moment where I realized that my mom's fear in the memory that I was reliving of being kicked out of my home, my nan was there. And she was sharing how I was going to hell and that I was bad. And then that was my mom's response to me. And then I kind of realized, like, wait a second, this fear goes back beyond just my mom. And then I zoom out even further and I realized I had carried all of this anger for my mom and all of this resentment. But something that my mom and I have in common is that we were both abandoned by our mothers at one point. And it was like instant forgiveness. And so I don't necessarily say I carry that as trauma anymore, but at one point in my life, I was defined by being abandoned, being left. And it feels great to be able to talk about it now and not have like an emotional response or to like not like be so tied to it. But, you know, when I'm working with clients or I see that in people, you know, grief is the most, you know, the worst thing we'll ever feel here as humans. It's the most intense emotion. It's the lowest vibrational emotion we'll feel. There is nothing that will pass grief.
Yeah. It's a beast all on its own.
Yeah. And so, you know, my mom was not able to say goodbye to her mom prior to her departure. My mom, because she was estranged, her siblings blocked my mom from being able to come into the hospital and to say goodbye. And so for me as a medium, being able to give people that closure or help them find that closure with their loved ones is why I do what I do. I'll never be able to give that to my mom because I don't read for my family
that's what
members.
I was about to ask if you had done that for your mom there.
I know too much. But I do this work though because I saw and see the impact that that's had on my mom. And so that's why I do this work.
Wow.
And so from that whole thing happening, you know, it's kind of like you go back and pull on these threads of like, how did I get here? What? Because this wasn't like my 5-year plan. I was in the beauty industry for 17 years.
Right.
And, you know, when you look back and you're like, oh my gosh, if that hadn't happened, I may not be here. And so I'm so grateful that through like years of therapy.
Amen.
And at one point, a lot of drugs and alcohol, you know, not anymore, but back in the day, you know, I'm able to get to this place of that acceptance with that.
I love that.
And that's what this work truly is meant to do. You know, yes, I get to do it on a stage. Yes, I get to wear sparkles. I get to do fun things. But ultimately, this is about healing. Yeah.
I love that.
I have a, when you say you know too much, what does that mean?
So
'Cause I have something on here too.
Yeah. So like with my family, so the way that I work mediumistically is I try to get as much information from the spirit communicator as possible. And so with somebody that I love or somebody that I care about or somebody that's in my life, I never want, first of all, the things that I know to influence the reading. Plus I have my own opinions about the people that I care about.
Got you.
Clients, people that I know, I'm not invested in their life. You know what I mean? But like friends, I have that boundary. I will say though, if my friends ever hit me up for a reading, I just use tarot cards and I just blame the cards. I might just say whatever's coming through, but I just blame the cards. You know what I mean? But it's almost like being, that's so weird. They're saying break up with him. And they're like, but this card looks really happy. Yeah, no, that's not what that means. No, no, sorry.
And the time's up.
Oh God, so weird. But I'm sure, you know, just as a therapist, you wouldn't, I don't know, maybe you wouldn't treat a family member. I'm assuming probably not. No. Right. I thought that was probably in a code of ethics somewhere. But
they don't always follow it, but yes.
Yeah. I'll give advice though. I'll share experiences. I'll tell stories.
Nice.
You know, I think sometimes for people, it's just hearing those stories are helpful.
Do you ever, when you're around your family, stuff comes through and you're like, I'm just not, you just talk to the spirit, like, I'm not going to do it?
Honestly, no, but I feel very lucky because I'm able to kind of like tune it down.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I'm able to tune it down. I'm able to like not tap in, but it's those boundaries. When I first started, I met great mentors and teachers that gave me really solid boundaries to
Nice.
follow.
Oh, that's good.
And I'm a Virgo. I'll read a book and take a class anytime.
Yeah.
And so that's like kind of one of the first things that you get taught is boundaries.
Oh, neat.
Because otherwise you'll just get it all the time. And like, I
Yes.
don't want that. I don't want to be shopping and being like, hey, buddy, your wife over here that's departed is letting me know she really hates the drapes that you just put up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to live my life like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you ever, for fun, just like turn that shit up and walk into a Kroger?
No.
Okay.
No.
Or Walmart?
Could you imagine? Could you imagine over like the middle of the produce? Can't even make it into the rest of the store.
Everybody, sit down.
I'm feeling a spirit. Could you imagine? But it will sometimes happen like on planes though. And you know what the funny thing is? When we hit turbulence,
What?
I will start because everyone's praying to their loved ones.
Oh,
no,
gosh.
that's wild.
No, it will be, but I have a rule. I do have a rule with delivering messages. So if I get the feeling that someone's loved one is coming through, and then the loved one is able to give me just one or two pieces of just valid evidence, who they were, how they passed, that kind of thing.
Right.
And somebody brings them up, then I'll let them know, like, hey, just to let you know, I'm a medium. And it has happened once or twice. I was in Denver the other week, and I was at this metaphysical fair, and I had a show there that night, but I was just hanging out at the fair just to kind of like chill and hang out. And yeah, oh yeah, honey. Oh, it's a whole day of psychics and mediums and aura photography and readings. Yes, it's amazing. Yes. It's amazing. You have to go to one. They're great.
Yeah. Oh, I'm scared.
And the reading, no, it's great.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sitting there eating like a yogurt parfait. And then I feel
As
this
you do.
mom that's passed from cancer. And then this woman is standing next to me and she goes, I really hope that my mom would come through. Cause it's like the anniversary of her death. And I was like, I look at her and I was like, oh, she passed from cancer. And she was like, yeah. And I'm like eating my yogurt parfait. And I'm like, here's what she's got for you. And
Wait, she
you
wasn't
know.
even talking to you.
no,
She was saying
she was like right next to me talking to someone else.
That's really cool.
That's so metaphysical
while
fair.
I'm eating my, yeah, it's so metaphysical fair. It's so Raven.
When you watch that So Raven, where you're like, that's me.
Honestly, I've never watched that So Raven. I
I
know.
haven't either.
I know. I know the
Okay,
references.
I'm getting a message and it says, watch the show.
I know. Raven Simone, I'm so sorry. I'll watch.
Oh, sorry. Neither has her wife. Her wife hasn't seen it either.
That's probably good, though. I would
You know what?
assume.
You're right.
My life is fine. I'm sure it's a great show.
It is.
Yeah. I've never watched like Charmed either, though.
Oh,
I know. That surprises people. I don't know why.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like witchy movies?
Yeah, I love them.
Practical Magic?
You say practical magic? Mm-hmm.
Best movie. And I'm so excited for the sequel.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
so excited. I hope they don't fuck it up.
It's a great movie.
It's so good.
It's so
It's
great.
so good. Nicole Kidman,
Yeah.
hang on to your husbands, girls.
Yes. It's my tagline. And no, I'm just kidding. Terrible.
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 Do you
Bless.
do you ever get scared?
I don't get scared.
Okay.
However, I have a knack for picking hotels with a lot of energy in them.
Oof.
It's kind of like a running joke at this point where I'm like walking, I'm like, oh, another haunted hotel.
Stop.
I don't believe I don't dabble in the paranormal side of things because I believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't dabble in it. It's a very different field of mediumship. It's very I like to think of what I do as like a radio, and I'm just tuning my tuner to the frequency of where I'm trying to tune into.
Okay.
And so with paranormal stuff, it's just a different frequency. Not where I like to hang out. However, I am naturally just kind of attracted to places with a lot of energy. And I will have dreams about the place that I'm in. And then I'll wake up the next day and like Google, be like, did someone die here? Was this like
Wow.
My favorite was this hotel in Spokane, Washington that used to be a flop house.
What's that?
What's a flop house?
It's like where a lot of people would go and do like drugs and murders would happen and all of
Oh,
casual
one-stop
Tuesday
shop.
activity. Yeah. You kind of do it all.
do drugs and like murder.
Yeah. And so I'll have dreams about like what happened there. Because most hauntings are just energy impressions. It's not like, there isn't like something
Spirits
that's
hanging
stuck
out.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's impressions of energy.
Oh wow.
So, but it's typically of things that were particularly impactful or violent or those kinds of things.
Wow.
So very few things are like actually haunted. A lot of what we're feeling is just impressions
Ooh, weird.
and just like
Interesting.
residual energy. Yeah. But it's like bigger energy that can't just be like saged out. You know, you can't just shout that out. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you gotta, there's like other things involved. I don't dabble in that.
So what's the difference between paranormal and talking to people's past loved ones?
Yeah, so paranormal energy, it's going to be more of that energy. It's a little bit more dense. There's typically some type of tragedy that's attached or tragedy like in volume that's attached. So if somebody goes into a place where maybe there was like that used to be like what we would call like an insane asylum, right? It's just a hospital for people who just have things going on with them mentally. But the energy that's happening is being kept in that space. Or if there's a place like an old jail where there were a lot of people that were like sent to the electric chair or murdered or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So there's in some of those places where that energy is contained, you're going to get this buildup of energy. But the same can be said about spiritual places like churches or spiritual centers. I love, or like the cemetery. I love going to a cemetery. It's so quiet. It's so peaceful.
I do. It's peaceful.
It's so peaceful. That's like the one place in my life where things aren't noisy, which is, you know, but like churches where there's sometimes there are just some churches you walk into and you're like, man, I may not align with this faith, but it feels so good in here. It's so peaceful. So the same thing,
Okay.
just again, different frequencies. None of them are good or bad.
Yeah.
I don't believe in those binaries, but it's just a different frequency of energy.
Okay.
I have some of my friends, they love the paranormal things. And I'm like, they'll be there with their little
Balls.
devices and balls
Right.
and things going off. And I'm like, I'm going to hang out over here. Y'all have fun. Call me later.
To you,
Let
is
me know
it
how
just
goes.
like, what is it that you're like, no, thank you?
It just doesn't vibe with me. I don't know. Like, and that's not like I love like watching a good scary movie. The energy for me when I go into those places. So for me, when I'm feeling spirit, I get this feeling of like almost like anxiety that comes through. And when I'm in places like that, just what my nervous system does in those places doesn't feel good for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But my friends that do it, like it aligns for them. Their nervous systems can handle it.
Yeah.
I can't.
Okay.
It's just a different thing. Yeah.
Love it.
A lot of like mediumship happens through our physical body. So our nervous system is going to feel things. And then our brain is kind of like processing and filtering the things that are coming through. It's kind of crazy.
I kind of think of it as like different specialties with therapists.
Yes.
Like there's reasons why you're drawn to different things.
Yes.
And like what you can handle and what
Yeah.
you can't. Like
Yeah.
what just resonates.
Yeah.
And,
Some people are like, let me do the deep trauma therapy.
Yeah.
And some people are like, I'll do grief therapy. You know, it's just, you're exactly right. It's just
Yeah.
like that. Or like doctors or any
Yeah.
profession. Yeah. When I was a makeup artist, some people like special effects makeup.
Yeah.
I hated it. I'm like, give me a bride any day of the week.
Yes. Oh, how fun.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great example.
I have 2 questions, and they're kind of different, but I want to say them both in case I forget.
Yeah.
So one is, I forgot them both. One is,
I love ADHD so much.
no, it's got me to where I am today.
This might be too personal. Are you medicated?
I'm not even diagnosed.
I love it. I'm not a doctor. I just play
Why?
on
What's
TV,
my granny
but
saying?
like I can. No, but same. I'm out here just
Doing,
going
doing.
at it.
During my set, I'll be like, so I'm trying to tell a joke, and then I'm like, what's going on right here? And then I'm like, I'm sorry, my brain is,
Yeah.
I have to ask you.
Same here. I don't. What do we need? No, no. You know what's so
I
funny?
think we're
though?
doing great.
I think we're doing great. Honestly,
working for you.
though, like that's like. But I used to think that this was like my ADHD was like this like curse and the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
But then I had an EEG done on my brain
Oh, wow.
while I gave readings.
Oh my God, that's so
It
cool.
was so cool. I'll show you the scans. after.
A certain part of your brain lights up that's different.
Yeah. So my
Oh.
brain. We'll get to your questions. I swear.
No, I got
But we'll
right here.
go. So when I was doing my scans. The doctor that did my scans, his name is Dr. Jeffrey Tarrant. He's been on the telepathy tapes a few times.
Love that.
Such a good show. And he studies the brains of psychics and mediums, and he's a licensed therapist. And I'm listening to the telepathy tapes. And my brand of ADHD is if I listen to something enough, I think I am that thing. And so like there are these kids they're non-speaking autistic kids,
Right.
and they're studying their brains. And so like I go in there and I make a joke. I was like, oh, I might be like autistic. And he's like, no, definitely ADHD, but not autistic. I'm like, okay. And so, so he scans my brain, and while I'm giving readings, my baseline, so he did the baseline scan. My baseline scan, I naturally produce a lot of theta waves,
Okay.
which is very indicative of people who have ADHD because it's a slower brainwave. It's great for creative states, but I guess, and I might be messing this up, maybe you can help me here.
We'll see.
If there's a lot of like theta waves are like response to kind of like, so like when ADHD people are easily distracted, there's like a response in the brain that's like, don't get distracted by that. Stay here and stay focused. Because the brain is moving that slower state, that response doesn't really happen. So it's like squirrel, tree, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so when I'm giving readings, what happens is my brain starts to produce a lot of delta waves, which is the brain waves that we produce when we're in deep sleep.
Yeah, it looks very calming.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And so my brain looks like I'm either in deep meditation or asleep. But when I'm reading, I'm active, I'm talking.
Right.
And then the front right lobe of my brain produces a lot of theta waves, but also a lot of high beta and gamma waves, which are fast moving waves. So that's how I'm able to like stay conscious while I'm giving readings, which is
fun.
like crazy. So even if somebody doesn't believe in mediumship necessarily, it's undeniable that something is going on in the brain while it's happening. There's no, and then my brain, and another thing, I love you too. And then my brain trips like the brain damage meter. So it looks like while I'm giving readings, it looks like I have brain damage.
Really?
Wait, that's really
I know, it is kind of funny, but I've never had a
But it's
traumatic
not
brain injury.
damaging your brain or anything.
It's not damaging my brain. It's
Okay.
just like the way that meter kind of reads.
Whoa.
And it's not while I'm in active
Yeah.
conversation mode.
Yeah.
How
which is
cool is
crazy.
that?
It is
There's
kind of
some
cool.
magic in there.
But I used to think that my ADHD was like a burden.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh my gosh, this is actually how I'm able to do what I do.
So have you ever been medicated for it?
Yeah. And it just, they never took.
Interesting.
I get miserable on them.
Yeah.
And I'm not anti-med. Listen, honey, I get a headache. I'm taking the Tylenol.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't take Tylenol.
No, it's
now. I don't know. Maybe choo choo. And so, I terrible. So bless. So the thing is like, but I'm not anti-med. I'm not anti-doctor. Like I think all of these things are beautiful tools, and I'm all for if somebody needs a med to help them feel better, take the med.
Yes.
I've taken them, and it makes me. I don't like what it does to me.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm all over the place. I don't feel like I'm in my body, and I've tried them all, honey. I've gone through the checkbox list and have done them all. And so I've just kind of like, well, maybe I just don't.
Yeah.
Maybe we just don't.
It's working for you.
Maybe I just get like a good amount of sleep and eat right and meditate and get water.
Yes.
Like a complicated houseplant.
Because I was in your book, you talk about your morning routine
Yeah.
is very important. Can you talk about that and how
Yeah.
it's helped your life?
Yeah.
Especially being
'Cause
on
good
the
for you.
road. Especially being on the road. When I get up, I do something called the morning pages, which is from the book The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And I love that book so much. And in it, she talks about these processes for creativity. And one of them is the morning pages. And you just take 3 pages of paper and you just brain dump whatever is going on in your brain, conscious stream of writing, no shorthand. You just write whatever is happening. Some days it's really great. It's full of gratitude. Some days I'm like, why am I even doing this? This feels so dumb, right? But it unlocks something. It gets the energy flowing in a way that I've never experienced before. And then I do what's called a sitting in the power meditation, which is just me connecting to my higher power, Tina Turner. No, connecting to the energy of the universe, which that's a meditation technique that's used by mediums.
Oh, cool.
And then I go to the gym.
Yes. Every day.
I mean, like 6 days a week.
Okay. Damn.
I know. I try. I be trying.
Let's go. You have a gym
I
at
be
your
trying.
house?
No. Well, no.
Or in the hotel you go?
Like, so now I have to like plan like the hotels. I'm like, where's an LA Fitness or where's a
Okay.
Crunch Fitness?
I got you.
But when I'm at home, my gym is like right around the corner from where I live.
Okay.
It's like such like a meathead
really?
gym with all these straight men, and I love it.
grunting
'Cause
and
I'm
yelling?
like, hey sis, like, I love it. They're so fun, and they're like the
go.
best guys.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really nice.
That's so great.
It is really great. It's like a cute little gym community. I miss them. I'm excited to get back to them. I'm sure they miss me.
Where do you live? Duh. Where do you live?
I live in Tacoma, Washington.
Oh, beautiful.
Honey, let me tell you something. It is arguably one of the most beautiful places in the country. If you like forest, mountains, and a beach. I'm an active indoorsman though. And so like I love all that from my couch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
I'm
I
like, oh
do.
my God, the weather is so great today. Let me binge watch 20 episodes of The Golden Girls because
Yes.
clearly you had 2 questions. By
Yeah, and I haven't forgotten them.
I really was just thinking, did you? What questions?
No.
I didn't
did
ask
you
them. No, but they've been like in the back. So
Yeah.
the 2 I'll say them aloud so I don't forget. One is, what's your thoughts on bad dreams? I've been meditating a lot more lately. I've been doing
Yeah.
like transcendental meditation, and it's bringing back dreams.
Yeah.
I'm just curious what your thoughts are on bad dreams. And then the second one is, do you think that spirits can help us with issues in our lives? Like, my mom is sick and I'm praying for like my family to help me. Is that something that like they can do, or are they just like giving us good like energy, like it's gonna be okay?
That's a good question. So the first question, define bad dreams for me.
Like terrors or
Oh, that's a good question.
Or are they just vivid and intense?
yeah.
There's 2 types of bad dreams. One that I'm thinking of. One is like I dreamed that I was a stand-up comic, but I was blind and everybody was making fun of me and I can't see who they are. So it's like,
Yeah.
like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then other stuff is more like in my life. Well, I guess that would be my just scary dreams where you're like, that was unsettling.
Yeah. I think a lot of dreams that come through personally, I believe that a lot of them are subconscious things that maybe we need to address.
Okay.
That
I say
maybe
look
we've
for
been
the
avoiding.
theme. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look for a theme.
Yeah, totally. And I think like our team in spirit, they will use our dreams to kind of bring some of these things up for us. Like I have a recurring dream that I am back at the makeup counter and it's like dirty, which is like my worst nightmare. And as a Virgo, I'm like, oh. But like I'm back at the makeup counter, it's dirty. I can never find the lipstick that I'm looking for. And I'm just like running around the counter like a crazy person. The woman in my chair is getting so mad at me.
Oh, no.
That dream though, I would say just notice when that comes up in your life. For me, that dream only comes up when I'm overworked and I am like just draining the tank.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't have enough help. So sometimes these dreams will come up and our spirit guides are non-physical energies that are here to help us learn our lessons. So a little bit different from our loved ones. Our guides will work with us in our dreams to bring up some of these dreams or themes that maybe we need to address or where some of our work is.
Interesting.
So paying attention to what keeps coming up. I won't have those dreams when I feel rested and I feel supported and I'm taking care of myself. Those dreams only come up when I'm feeling stressed.
Well, I
Facts.
take it as the brain saying it's ready to move it, to
Yeah.
process it or
Ooh, I like
release it,
that.
Yeah.
work with it, like when it comes to the surface in that way. It's kinda
Okay.
because a lot of clients will come in and some of the modalities like brain spotting is a very energetic type of thing, and it creates dreaming. Like some people have more vivid dreams after a day of processing. So I just say notice the themes and we'll recognize it as this is your system saying it's ready to look at it.
Yeah. And if you've been meditating more
Yes.
and your like nervous system is feeling more calm and relaxed, then you're like, okay, now we can deal with this.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
And that makes sense to me though. You being somebody who is on stage and people are like saying things to you or interacting with you in a way that doesn't feel pleasant, but you can't see it. Like you're on social media, you've got this massive following. Not to turn this into your therapy session, but like,
no, but I welcome that.
but I could see where that would come up.
Yeah.
Like that makes total sense to me.
Thank you, both of you, for what you said. I think just saying this. I think part of my thing, and it's something I need to work on, is when a problem arises, I'm like, we need to fix this right now. And I think with those bad dreams, I'm like, oh, how do I fix it? But it's just like, I just need to chill.
The thing is like there's no final destination. Our work is never done. And I don't mean that to sound like exhausting, but as souls, if we're continuing on beyond this physical lifetime, we're going to continue to have these things that we need to learn. And it's only for the sake of expansion. That's it. And we grow when we're facing resistance.
Yeah.
And so when those things come up, it's not oh my God, I thought I should have handled this already, or I should be good with this by now. It's just that awareness of, here's where I'm at today, or here's what's coming up. But that's coming up so you can move on to the next phase of your life, which I think is really beautiful. Sometimes when we're manifesting or we're creating things, what we need to release so we can move on to what's next becomes very apparent. Last year, I write about this in the book, but last year when I did some podcasts, I did some radio shows, and it was time for me to kind of grow.
Yeah.
The comment sections were vicious. Be nice in the comments. The comment sections were vicious. I'm kidding. But the comment sections were vicious. But as crazy as this sounds, that needed to happen because if I'm going to continue sharing these messages and be very visible and public with this work, that's going to happen.
Wow, interesting.
It's like saying, you want to go be a pro surfer, but you don't want to get wet.
Yeah.
And I'm wet, honey. So the thing is like you would just want to, and so like when you're ready to like shift or grow, what you need to release will come up.
Yeah.
How beautiful.
Yeah, you don't have to ask, what do I need to release? It'll be very apparent what you need to release.
I know you were talking about in the book how some like paths are like people take the long road, and then sometimes spirit is like kicks you onto a gravel path.
Absolutely. And it's, the thing is that we don't really get anywhere in our life that feels expansive without there being resistance. There is going to be resistance. It's really a matter of how are we choosing to look at this? Am I looking at this for the sake of my growth? Am I finding the lesson in this, or am I giving meaning to it? Or am I going to just go kicking and screaming and be miserable?
Oh,
but here's the great thing, though. When those lessons come up, or that resistance comes up, it helps us to refine what we want. So sometimes there's something we manifest, and we're like, I want to do this, and I want to travel, and I want to do all these things. But then, you get into it, and then you're like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. Then you get to decide, okay, I still want the essence of this, but maybe I want it to look a different way now.
I think it helps with discernment.
Yeah.
Like following, I don't know. Instead
what
of
does?
When we have resistance, they always say resistance is a path. And like we can sit there and try to force it versus we can let it shift us.
Oh, I like that.
Push us in different directions. When we like, okay, let's look at what this resistance is, whether it's our own or something else, trying to have us just look in a different direction. When we get so tied to outcomes, we will just try to make that resistance go away because we're trying to get here versus something we don't realize is over here. And if we just pay attention, it helps develop discernment. Like, oh yeah, this is where I need to go and let go of this outcome I had.
Yeah.
We talk about that a lot with like letting go of outcomes.
Major.
When we can detach from it, we can flow a lot better. And I think the resistance, not that I enjoy having hardship, but when that comes for me, I just know this is like a time for me to learn something. It's like, okay, what's it trying to show me? And I just automatically get in that mindset instead of trying to like force something. I'm like, okay, this is not the direction I need to be going. Let's see where else I'm going to go. And it feels a little exciting.
I love that.
At that point. Yeah.
Or even like seeing what that other thing is and being like, oh, I actually... Now, I don't know.
Yeah, it's way better than what we even thought.
Right.
We were headed for.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And then with the spirits helping us in the, like, how much do you think they can really?
I think that it's kind of like what we were just saying. If we allow it, if we're open to it, there is help available to us.
Oh, cool.
So, my dad was diagnosed with cancer at the beginning of this year.
Oh.
He had a very massive tumor in his bladder, and the doctor told him, he was like, I am certain that this has probably metastasized, and he was kind of like preparing all of us for a not so great diagnosis. my dad, he's a man of faith.
Okay.
He believed that he was going to be well. His parents, who are both departed, were absolutely with him.
Mm.
And they left me signs to let me know that I was unable to give to my dad. My dad was like, I recognize these signs. I see what they are. And his cancer, they got it out, they removed it, and he's cancer-free.
Oh, let's go.
Did not metastasize. The tumor should have, but didn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I do believe that there is that intervention if we're open to it.
Mm.
But with those things comes the awareness of what am I holding on to that's helping this disease grow?
Mm.
Or what's the energy that I'm holding? And I don't think that means we deserve disease. I think a statement like that can be very easily kind of misconstrued.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that I don't believe that we deserve that disease. I don't think that just means like this is what we have coming to us. But if we're diagnosed with something or we're going through a health something, it can be beneficial to us to go, what could I be holding on to that might be feeding this?
Mm-hmm.
And how can I do both the work in the physical and spiritual?
Yeah.
Because I don't think
That
it's one or the
resonates.
other. I think it's both. And again, I don't think that means somebody deserves to be sick or deserves that. But I think that if we can look at it from is there regret that I'm holding on to? Is there anger or resentment that I'm holding on to that maybe this is giving me the opportunity to work through it?
Well, I think for everything physical, there's an emotional counterpart.
Yes.
And so it's really just recognizing what's the emotional counterpart.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yes.
even if it's disease in the body.
Yes.
Yeah, there's an emotional component of it.
Yeah, there's a spiritual teacher, Louise Hay.
Love.
Love Louise Hay. And she talks about there being an energetic beginning for all of disease. Disease is just dis-ease. And I think it was like a 2013 like medical journal article where I may have the year wrong, but they were talking about how like 90% of disease starts from stress. And and so again, I don't think it means we deserve to get sick. I think it just means, you know what? If I'm holding on to something and it is adding to my physical condition, how can I work through that and let it go?
Yeah.
One of the areas of focus I work with is chronic illness.
So
Yeah, and it, like you said, you got to be careful not to try to put. Some people can feel blame.
Right.
They're like, "Oh, I'm not doing good. I'm not doing enough, and that's why I'm sick." But I do think, like, they said the body will deal with what the mind won't.
Right.
And that's where I do see a lot of chronic illness pop up. Is like the body is everything's just energy exchange, and it's like it's gotta try to do something, whether it's trying to help you get help for whatever's going on. But I do see the body will deal with it if we're not mentally paying attention and working through some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the blame game
Right.
either. I think, like, where does that help anybody? And I think in a lot of like spiritual teachings and manifestation teachings, it gets so easy to hear that message.
Oh yeah.
So I'm so with you on that. And I believe that if more people know that our energy is so important and taking care of it is so important, and it impacts our physical health, our financial abundance,
Yes.
our overall state of well-being. I don't know, maybe you'd meditate for 5 minutes a day and like give it a shot. You know what I mean? But I think it's just this, there's so much that has been shamed around spirituality or, people calling it woo-woo. But like there is truth to it. And I love where science and spirituality is starting to meet and converge because I don't think it's separate. I think it's both. I'm very grounded in my practice as well. I'm very much a both and, there'll be sometimes people come to me and I'm like, baby, you don't need a psychic, you need a therapist, but like come back to me after a few weeks of therapy. Let's get you there first. But I think that there's power when we realize, because we are energy. We are energy in a meat suit.
Yeah. Hot.
Hot, so hot.
Hot. That's hot.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, I have some fire. I didn't want to forget these questions.
I love the fire emojis by them.
That was me listening to your book. I was like,
It's
yes,
either fire or
yes,
candy
yes.
corn. I need my eyes checked. It's fire. Okay.
Wish they had a candy corn. Yeah, we kind of talked about that. Okay. Oh, I like this one. So you talked about taking care of yourself in low vibrational feelings like
Yeah.
depression, anxiety, and you learn to appreciate those feelings.
Yep.
Can you talk a little bit about how you take care of yourself when those come, because they're going to come, and why you
Yeah.
appreciate them?
Yeah. So I think the first thing to kind of establish is that every emotion or feeling has a frequency to it, just like music, just like color, just like sound. And there's high vibrational feelings like love, authenticity, joy, gratitude. But then there's low vibrational things like grief and fear and doubt. And the thing is that it can be very easy to say this one's good, this one's bad, or to judge them. And me at one point in my journey, I probably would have judged them. I would have used things like positive or negative or whatever, right? But where I am now in my journey and my awareness is that it's more of a spectrum, and they just are. And there's such thing as appropriate emotion versus inappropriate emotion.
Say more.
And so, for example, let's say that, or benefit, I should say beneficial or non-beneficial.
Okay.
Better phrasing. So beneficial, somebody passes away, we feel grief, that's appropriate, and it's beneficial.
Gotcha.
I spill my coffee, I have like a massive outburst, I take it out on someone, that's probably inappropriate.
Yeah.
And it's not really beneficial for anybody involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that's what I mean by that.
Yeah.
So if you are experiencing things like anxiety or depression, and that's a state that you're feeling that you're in, it's appropriate. It's okay, depending on whatever you've got going on in life. And in a way, it could potentially be beneficial from the stance of its awareness of where you are. And so when we're depressed or we're anxious, there's something that we are out of alignment with. And so alignment is simply just being in that place. It's not always joyful, but it's feeling like, okay, this is where my life is supposed to be, or I feel connected to myself. Sometimes we think alignment is like jumping for joy, and sometimes it's just peace, which is great. Just even if things aren't going the way that we want them to, having peace, knowing like I'm standing in my truth, I'm in my authenticity. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be right now, even if it doesn't feel great.
Yeah.
That's alignment for me, is just peace.
Yeah.
And so things like depression, anxiety, they're appropriate and they're beneficial from a sense of they can give us an idea of where we are and an awareness of where we would like to be.
I love that.
And using it as like a roadmap or a GPS versus this is just how things
And
are.
something to fix and get rid of.
Yeah, if there's nothing to fix. I think in a lot of my, I sometimes will experience times where I'm feeling depressed or I'm feeling anxious. And for me, that's just awareness of what do I need to adjust?
Yeah.
Where am I maybe living out of alignment, or where's something maybe I need to sit with a little bit more or process? Because the work is never done. But I think it's a beautiful thing. We're always going to be growing. And so maybe it doesn't even need to be work. Just the process of growth is continuing to happen.
I love that so much, because I feel like my family has depression in it. I think that's so, and a lot of people have it. And a lot of times the way my family would talk about it is just like it was in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is control. Like, I have depression, and that is all that's going on.
Yeah.
I can't operate any further. So to hear it from like a exploring type way is really nice. Like, oh, what's in this depression?
Yeah.
How can I like dig in? That's so nice. That's a nice way to like have a little bit more control over the situation.
I think it's just information. I think there was one part you were talking about, excuse me, that if you're the opposite of love is disconnection.
Yes.
And so the answer is more connection. And
Yeah.
so it's just information of like, how do we respond?
Right.
So
Yeah.
feeling depressed, it just gives you information around like, how do we respond to it? Not something we wear and controls us.
Yes.
Yeah. And if emotion is this spectrum,
Yeah.
if I'm feeling depression, maybe I can't get to joy. Maybe
gotta
I'm
deal with it
forcing
first
myself
to
to
get
get to joy.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to get frustrated because I can't feel joyful. So what's something that could feel a little bit better than just depression, or what's something that could just feel a little bit more satisfying than where I am now? Revenge. No. But where can I make that shift for myself?
Yeah.
And I think when we do that, and going back to kind of inappropriate responses, I think we disown anger.
Yes, girl.
And I think anger is one of the most
beautiful.
powerful, transformative emotions that we can feel. Because like if you're watching something happening in the world and you start to feel anger and you shove that down, it'll make you sick. It'll make you feel hopeless. It can turn to depression. But if you look at that anger and you go, what can I do with this? How can I show up and help someone? Or how can I alchemize this energy into something that is beneficial? That's powerful.
Oh yeah, I think people try to avoid anger, and I say that part of you is your best friend.
Yes.
That part cares about you more than
Aw.
anything else because
Yeah.
it stands up for you. It
Yes.
gives you an indication like what you care about, and it gets angry when you're not treated well. So just to embrace it, that it's a powerful tool.
That is very
Yeah.
sweet. I
Yeah.
love that. Okay, I have a lot, but I know I'm just gonna ask this one. Do you think that cats are like super connected?
Yeah, I think all animals are.
Okay, but like cats specifically.
Cats, yes. Cats and no other animal. No, I believe that all animals are connected. They don't have, so there's this talk in spirituality about like the veil.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're like, oh, the veil is thin. Well, yeah, of course it is. It's a veil. Like, what do you mean? Otherwise it would just be something. Anyway,
It'd be a sheet.
the veil is, or a very thick curtain. The thing is that the veil is just our perception that we are disconnected from that energy.
Oh, interesting.
Animals don't have that perception of disconnection.
How cool is that?
So, of course, they are perceptive, intuitive. They have the ability to read our emotions or read our energy because they're not questioning, is this right? Is this? They're going with just their own nature.
Interesting.
So like if we're not feeling well, or maybe we're having a sad day and we have an animal that is very like comes and sits on us or sits with us, they're not sitting there going, do you think, God, I don't know, would my human like this? Would they like this? Should I do this? Should I? They're not us. They don't have the same kind of things going on in their brain. God, lucky them.
Yeah.
But no, they just follow their nature. Same thing with like animals that migrate. Like there's not like one of them isn't like, hey Charles,
Should I
it's
move?
time to get south. You know what I mean? Or like, should I do this? Do I like Mexico this time of year? Should I go further south? I heard South America's great. They're not doing that. They're like, it's just time to go. But we were talking earlier about flow. And I think animals and small children are like a perfect example of
Interesting.
flow and just being in that state, not worried about what is this person going to think about me, and what about this? Is this the right thing? They're just going with the energy. So yeah, pets are very intuitive and they see spirits. They absolutely see spirits,
That's-
and
I believe that.
they see that
for
energy.
sure.
You see him staring at
Yeah.
something.
You're like, stop that.
Yeah,
Stop doing that.
Granny, get out of the corner. I told you can sit on the couch.
When I do travel in hotels, it'll
Yeah.
just be me and it's like all black, dark. I'm always like, hey, I don't want to be touched. I don't want to feel a vibe. I'm just trying to go to bed.
Do you know what's so funny? I do the same thing.
Do you? Okay.
Yes.
I'm like, guys, please.
I just stayed in a hotel last night. I was in Huntsville. It's a great hotel, but Marriott, man, they be getting me.
Oh.
They be getting me with their haunted hotels.
Really?
Or I think this one was a Hilton. Yeah, but like I'm looking, I'm like, oh, this looks beautiful. And then I walk in, I'm like, I don't even. I'll sit down and be like, look, I know, and this is like what's even wild. I'll walk into these rooms and like the light will flicker or something will happen in the room. And I'll be like, look, I know you know I'm here. We're not doing this today. Later.
Trying to rest.
Yeah, later.
And I feel like they listen.
Yeah, because you have to kind of like declare dominion over your space.
Well, they have to have permission, right?
Well, it's more of a what we pay attention to gets bigger.
Ooh.
Gotcha.
So that's really more of what it is. So if you pay attention to it, then yeah, it's going to get bigger. Like my friends that love the paranormal stuff, like they'll tell me things and I'm like, okay, I'll handle a light flickering. I'm good with that. You know, but it's the same thing with departed loved ones. You know, when I'm doing a live event, like that's what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on the souls that can bring through the healing, the validation of the continuation of consciousness.
Yeah.
You know,
Love that.
so it's what we pay attention to is just what gets bigger. Same thing with, it's all just energy. The
Yeah.
energy we pay attention to gets bigger in our lives.
Yeah. Energy flows where focus goes.
Yeah. So if you're going in there and you're like, hey, not happening.
They're like, okay.
Great. Like, fine. We'll go over to the room next to you.
She knocks off a lamp.
Yeah. Then you hear the woman screaming next door. You're like, thanks.
She didn't tell them she didn't want it. Well, do you have any questions that you want to?
Well, I think I just would like your perspective because I read I love all this stuff, but that it's easier for spirits to interact with like electricity or like current in that way because it's easier to manipulate that sort of energy when they're as far as like trying to give you signs and things like that.
I've never been asked that question.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. These I just want to say these are all original questions. No, you know what? I want to say they're going to use the path of most allowing. So if an electrical current in that situation or like changing the radio or putting on a song is going to be the path of most allowing in that moment or kind of get our attention, then yeah, absolutely. But they're not limited to just those things. You know, I have my two grandparents that are, I have three grandparents departed, but the two that were married, Granny and Papa, they'll leave me heads up pennies and there'll always be two of them.
Oh, cute.
Together.
I love that.
But my granny used to say like that little phrase, like find a penny, pick it up all the time, you'll have good luck. So I'd always pick up heads up pennies. And one night before I went out for a show in Louisville, it was like when I kicked off this like tour I've been on all year, there were two heads up pennies right by the kitchen doors to walk out onto the stage. And and when I went to go see my dad before he had his cancer surgery, have his tumor removed, I get on the little tram at the SeaTac airport at the in Seattle at the parking place. And when I sat down on the tram for the parking place to go to the airport, there were two heads up pennies on the seat next to me.
Wow.
I love that.
Wow.
And so those things will come up. So
how beautiful.
But it's like just the path of most allowing. They'll use whatever's the easiest.
Okay. So
I'm like, can we use Powerball numbers next? Can we get into that? I'd be fine with it. Yeah.
I'll share. My dad has passed, and there's bears became a thing, and I had surgery last week, and on the hospital gown was a little bear.
Oh,
I love that.
And my partner, I couldn't see it, and my partner pointed it out. Oh, and I was like, "Oh, hey, Dad!" It was really sweet.
I love
so like
that.
stuff like that. I'll see little bear stuff.
Yeah,
so,
beautiful.
that's cool.
I love that so much. And those signs are there. Those signs are always there. I think sometimes we just miss them, or sometimes we're not seeing them. I was working with a client, and I told her, I was like, your dad keeps showing me all of these deer, and she didn't particularly connect deer to her dad. She connected something else. And I was like, your dad keeps showing me like all of these deer, and then there's like a deer head right in front of my face. And she goes, yeah, I don't connect deer with my dad, but what's funny is I've had all of these deer in my front lawn the past couple of days. And I got in my car to go to work, and this deer sticks its head up to the window of my car.
It's like, look at
it was
me.
literally in her face. Yeah. And I was like, perfect.
That's
So
very cool.
sometimes there are things that maybe we're not even seeing. So my rule with signs is if it keeps coming up, because sometimes there's the thing where it's like that, I told my loved one that they have to bring me this and that's it. But our loved ones will use, again, it's the path of most allowing.
That's cool.
I had a woman, I was doing a live event in California, and I was reading for her, and her son had departed, and he departed pretty tragically. And I was like, your son keeps showing me all of these cardinals. There's like cardinals all over the lawn. There's cardinals in the house. And she goes, we don't have cardinals in California. And I was like, I'm not familiar with the ornithology of the state of California. But he's just showing me all these cardinals. And then she goes, I place cardinal statues throughout the yard, throughout the house. She was like, I have all of these cardinal statues, and I place them in memory of him.
Aww.
I love that.
I know.
That's so sweet.
It is really sweet. And they do, but they will send us the signs. Sometimes we're not as open, or maybe we're so kind of narrow on what we think is going to come through. So instead of just being open and paying attention to, well, what keeps coming up? Or if I see this thing, do I think of my loved one when it comes up?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
We like to ask, if you were watching a movie of your life right now, you're the main character watching you, what would you be shouting at the screen at yourself?
Go to bed. No,
So relatable.
take a week off.
No, for real though.
No, but I'm so grateful. I am tired. No, you know what? I would have to be shouting at myself right now. Remember to keep being grateful.
Aw.
I think like sometimes when we get the life that we asked for and we start living it, we continue to ask for more, which is okay. We're always going to want more.
Yeah.
That is a natural human thing. You eat lunch, you're going to want dinner. You're going to want more. But remembering that it's so important to be grateful for what's going on in your life right now, because there was a version of you that was asking for it.
Amen. Yes.
There was a version of you that was begging to be where you are. And then there's those moments where it's like, oh, this didn't go very well, or had this happen, or this didn't go as planned. And we forget, like, but you were begging for this life and you got it.
How
And
beautiful.
so just reminding myself to be more grateful sometimes.
Yeah.
I love that. That was really nice.
Thanks. Yeah.
And then tell people where they can follow you, about your book, about your tour. Like, tell them everything.
You can find me at travisholp.com. And all my things are there. You can find me on Instagram, Travis Warrior Unicorn, and TikTok.
That name.
I love it.
Yeah, I love the unicorns.
Oh, you're so beautiful.
Thank you. You're so
Yeah.
wonderful. You both are great. This has been such a fun conversation.
You're truly the best.
Yeah.
Thank you so
you.
much for being here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to I'm Fine, It's Fine podcast.
I'm Melanie Reese. You can follow me on all platforms at Melanie Reese, LMFT, or Trauma Therapy Nashville.
And my name is Amber Autry, and you can follow me everywhere at Amber Autry Comedy. And if you're not already a subscriber, you can do so for only $5 a month via all the links in our bios.
Thanks for listening.